social entrepreneurship is special because if I would tell you we have this social problem, and then I would tell you this NGO is solving the social problem by getting donation by people or from corporation and their foundation, and then they're putting the money to solve the problem. That is a model that we know, we all understand it, and it is less exciting actually to, first of all, hear the story of entrepreneurs that were obsessed with solving a certain social or environmental problem, and they found a business model to actually get that going, scaling and replicating in ways that the NGOs could never do. The beautiful part about why this is relevant is that we had a financial crisis in 2008. 100,000 NGOs disappeared because they didn't have a resilient business model. And right now that we are again in a period after what happened with COVID-19, in which resilience, it's again one of those words that everybody is talking about, because those businesses that are not resilient may disappear. And these organizations that are also trying to make the world a better place, like if they're not resilient, they will again disappear. So that's the reason why the stories of social entrepreneurs are stories of resilience, first of all. And they're fascinating because you see, like, first of all, the very interesting story. Every entrepreneur has a very interesting story because they started with plan A and then they tried a bunch of different things on how not to make it work until they actually found a model that allowed them to achieve like a certain impact. And then there is the part of the impact, which is always fascinating because when you empathize with a problem, and you do understand, like besides statistics, what that is really for these people that are suffering from that problem, it's beautiful to see these two things married together and to learn these stories.
I think the topic for social entrepreneurship is it's vital because there's so many great social entrepreneurs across the country doing amazing work, and we want to shine a spotlight on them. We want to promote that. And so it's going to take a while to do that. And we're not going to get to everybody, but we're just trying to put a spotlight on great social entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs that are having an impact in the country. We do hope that other people see it and are moved to start to do something similar. Also, I think it's necessary because in many ways, social entrepreneurs are kind of like second-class citizens in the entrepreneurship scene. It's kind of the road less traveled. And so in many ways, they're the underdogs. And I am the guy that always roots for the underdog. So for me, that's why I want to spend my time promoting and connecting with social entrepreneurs. Personally, just because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I think there's lessons learned for all of us. Because I think consumers, as they look to buy products and in the market, want something more. They want to engage with businesses that are having an impact. They definitely want to disengage and disassociate with companies that are having a negative impact. And I think they also want to become customers and support businesses that are having a social impact, especially in Romania. I think there's the national pride, sunt român. Like there's a proudness, and there should be in Romania. And so we want to support and those social entrepreneurs across the country. And so it's a fun little journey to find them all and connect and put and interview them. And timing wise, I think it's like you said, it's just a really difficult business climate right now. It's hard. Survival is really difficult right now for most of them. And I would say for most social entrepreneurs, the ones I know across the country, survival was difficult before COVID hit. Now that COVID's here, it's even more difficult because social entrepreneurship is more difficult. I'll say it. I don't know if a lot of people are saying this, but doing social business and social entrepreneurship is much harder, in my opinion, than normal entrepreneurship because oftentimes, let's just take it from an employee standpoint. If you're hiring vulnerable people, in a normal business world, we go, a normal entrepreneur would go, this is how much money I have. This is who I want to hire and find the best, most talented, capable person I can find that the market will allow me for the money I have. I want to hire them to do the work. Many times a social entrepreneur is saying, I actually want to go hire people who didn't have good education, didn't have as many opportunities in life. It's harder to work with people like that than it is harder to find necessarily skilled labor and the best money will buy, right, type of thing. And many social entrepreneurs have made that conscious decision to hire people with a desire to help. And so on that side of it is one angle that just makes it much more difficult to do business. And so I want to help them at the end of the day. And I think interviewing them, hopefully, if some of them are making products, I know some of them are, we want to support them. And so for us, for me, I think it's shining a spotlight on these great leaders, and hopefully it helps their work.